Well, hi guys. Voice is still not back yet. I just don't know what to do anymore. It's getting to the point now where I think this is what I'm going to sound like forever, you know what I mean? But I'm back in the Croydon area. The first bit of undercover stuff I did was actually from this place. And again, I don't know whether you can tell, but I'm in a daff. Oh, my bloody voice. Oh dear. But this is the annoying thing for me at the moment, and it's really starting to get on my nerves, because there's things I do want to discuss, like obviously there's changes in legislation coming into effect in the next couple of months. I think it's from the 1st of March. I think. But it's to do with distracted driving and inconsiderate driving and things like that. And I want to talk about that and various other bits and bobs and things that are going on. But of course, like this, it's keep it going. So I'll see what I can do. But one of the things that people can get done for at the moment, as well as especially after, I believe it's March it's coming in. My mind's gone blank. Oh, it's been one of those days. It has been one of those days. You know when you get up and your brain's kind of not in line with the rest of your body and you keep doing stupid things? Well, that's what this has been for me all day. For example, I obviously live in Essex, so I'm the Tilbury side. Wherever I work from is always the Tilbury side of the Dartford crossing. Now, the site I'm on has what I think is probably the best way of preventing accidents when you tug a trailer off of a dock or put a trailer on a dock. One of the biggest issues has always been people driving off on a red light. And obviously the load's not secure, so that can fall out the back. You've all seen that bloody viral video in America where all the trolleys come off the back of the truck as he goes forward. You got that, and then of course you got people who are on the back. Now, one of the sites I used to work in, the one I've been banned from, at their depot in, I believe it was Didcot, there was a foreign driver who pulled off the dock, and there was a guy halfway across, from the dock to the trailer, and he fell down, and there was all this commotion and yelling and everything like that. And the foreign driver reversed back onto the dock and cut the guy in half, basically. So there's another thing. I know I've mentioned this before. I'm certain I've mentioned this before. But if ever you are in a situation where you've made a massive upsy-daisy, you're going to get a bollocking. Don't turn it into killing someone. Stop, get out, never look. Don't just go straight back. But like I said, this place has what I think is the best way of doing it. And that is, we get to site, give the gatehouse the paperwork, gatehouse phone through, yada yada yada. You've got to go on dock, whatever. So you trundle all the way around to whatever dock, say, I don't know, 51 for argument's sake. And you go all the way around to 51, you reverse onto 51, you stop, you get out, you wander into transport. You could wander into transport on your way around if you want, but I just do it the lazy man's way because I'm hourly paid. And you go get the lock for the airline. Now, the key to the lock activates the dock. Yeah, I know it rhymes, but never mind. So what you do is, you as the driver, you drop your trailer here, you obviously brakes, legs, airlines, number plate, kingpin, but you take the number plate off before you go on the dock. You trust me on that one. But you do all that kind of stuff, you drop your trailer. You pull forward, you can park up, you get out of the way of other people if you want, or just pull forward, free of the trailer. Put the lock on the airline connector on the trailer, take the key, walk into the warehouse, put the key on in the activation slot thing, and then you open up the dock. So you open the door, you open the back door if it's a roller shutter on your trailer, if it's barn doors, for the love of God, open them before you put it on the bay. Then you put the actual dock, the pan, whatever you want to call it, off the dock. You put that, you activate that, you put that into the back of the trailer, and then it's all done and you walk away. And the way you pick the trailer up is you close it all down. So once you've got that key, obviously the only way you can get the key is once it's all closed down and it's shut. Once you've got that key, you've taken the lock, no one can get in. So it is a really safe way of doing it. Well, anyway, blathered on for a bit as usual. I've done all my bits and bobs, and I've left. I've got all the way to the roundabout and thought, I've still got the lock. Oh, son of a... So I've gone all the way around the roundabout, gone back, given him the lock. No worries, whatever, he's one of those things everybody cocks up every so often. And then off I've gone to Sittingbourne. Now, what I'm about to say, drivers will get this instantly. People who aren't drivers or are unfamiliar with the area won't. I've gone off to Sittingbourne, down the M20. It's not a massive issue, because you can go down the M20 to Junction 7, up the 249, and it takes a straight to Sittingbourne, so it doesn't really matter. But when you go over the bridge, what you're supposed to do is use the M2A2 that way. Yeah, I couldn't believe, I just sailed past the junction I needed, and I thought, oh no, not again. Oh. Anyway, I get to Sittingbourne, put myself on the dock. I am having one of these days. Put myself on the dock. Go round, fill the paperwork in, let them know I'm here and everything like that. And then they say, right, you forgot to raise your suspension up because you're too low. We can't put the dock on. So off I go, try and raise that. But me being the clever Burke that I am, I've gone too close to the dock, so I can't raise the damn thing. So I've had to go around, get them to shut everything down, get the key, get in it. Oh, you just... Now, when you leave Sittingbourne and you want to go to, well, an area around the Croydon area, like I'm in at the moment, what's the best way of going? The clue to that is the way I went in. 249, M20, 26, round the 25, everyone's happy. Guess which way I went out? M2A2, yep, that's the one. I was doing it. And I could tell I was just cocking up, and I was like, oh, for the love of God. Why? Well, I stopped in at Clackett Lane Services. Because I'll have me break, I'll let the rush hour go, because I know it's not that long past, obviously, the holidays and everything, but even so, when you go into Croydon, if you're going up to the 22 or the 23, as I did, if you can, park up and wait out, have your break during the rush hour. Because going through all that is it's just not nice. It's really not nice. So anyway, I stopped in Clackett, and to be fair, I only had about 45 minutes of working time left anyway, so whatever. And I'm sitting in Clackett, and this crane driver comes past. Now, he should have gone into the HGV parking area, but what he's done is he's gone down as though he's a long load style thing, or towards the fuel station. And he's realised he's oops-a-daisy, and so he's gone. And he's reversed into the HGV parking area. And he's decided to go in to the bay next to me. Now, obviously, those mobile cranes, they're bloody wide things. The driver sits on the near side, 90% of them. And so he's reversing in, and of course, his near side is going to be my side of my vehicle. And he's reversing in, and I'm watching some bits and bobs on YouTube. Oh, that was close. I'm watching some bits and bobs on YouTube. And I just look up, I'm just like, what's going on here? Just as he goes, and obviously this is a mobile crane, so you've got kind of the counterweights, and you've got all the gubbins all down the sides and everything, straight into my door mirrors. Oh no. So I've opened my window quick as possible and knocked it in. Fortunately there's no damage, but it's just been a comedy of errors all bloody day. And I just give up. But no, going back to what I was wanting to talk about before I got sidetracked, having one of those days, and it's inconsiderate driving. Now, at the moment, you can get done for it. You drive through a puddle and soak somebody in a copper seizure, you're going to get done for it. And inconsiderate driving is up to 9 points and an unlimited fine. Just so as you're aware. And the thing with inconsiderate driving is, what is inconsiderate driving? You know, it's one of those, because obviously, if you think about certain things, like for example a car pulling into your braking distance and then slowing down for the junction and causing you to slow down, all that kind of carnage, well, that's driving without due care and attention, dangerous driving. Is it inconsiderate driving as well? Yeah, there you go. And then of course, inconsiderate driving, well, shouldn't everybody who uses the roads be subject to that as well? So I'm not just talking about truck drivers, bus drivers, car drivers, things like that, but obviously motorbikers, push bikes as well. A push bike going down a road where there is clearly marked cycle path, is that inconsiderate driving? Or an inconsiderate road user? So what is inconsiderate? And then of course you've got the issue with going too slow. That's another one. For anybody who doesn't know, the lowest speed, unless otherwise indicated on a motorway, the lowest speed is 40 miles nowadays. As slow, that's you can't go any slower than that unless otherwise indicated or the traffic conditions don't allow you to. That was brought in years ago after the go slows, you know, with the fuel price rises and everything. All the truck drivers got together and did all the go slows because there wasn't actually a minimum speed limit. There might have been a minimum speed limit of about 30, I think. It was either 20 or 30, one or two. But of course in the go slows, they were doing the minimum speed limit. They couldn't get done because they were within the law, so that got raised to 40. But the thing is, inconsiderate driving is if you're going too slow for the traffic around you. The issue with that one is a case of, say for example, you like me when I'm driving to work, you set your cruise control at 56. You know, I want to conserve my fuel. I don't want to put 2 tanks of fuel in my car on a week to work because I'm losing money. I might as well drive economically, and at 56 it's the same as trucks. But then driving home at night, 56, no trucks, cars zooming past. Now am I inconsiderate driving? It's 56. It's what truck drivers do. A lot of trucks, I mean, Tesco guys, for example, they're all limited to what, 50? I mean, some of the vehicles I drive, I'm doing 48.2, and I'm going past Tesco boys. So, so what's inconsiderate driving in that respect? And it's just, it's almost like the law is continually being updated, continually being changed, but it's getting to the point now where it doesn't matter what the hell you do, you are breaking the law in some way, shape or form. It really doesn't matter what you do, you're in breach of the law somewhere along the lines. You know, obviously distracted driving, that's another one. That's the biggest thing that's coming in this year, is how they're going to crack down on distracted driving, and that does include YouTube. So for all the YouTubers out there who trundle like I used to, as of the new year, they're going to start cracking down on it. I don't know whether it's going to be during 2017 or 2018 or 2019, but they are going to be cracking down on distracted driving, and all the legislation comes into force. Like I said, I believe it's March this year. But using a mobile phone, fair enough. Texting on a mobile phone, fair enough. Yeah, distracted driving, no, shouldn't do it. Using iPads and things like that, well then you're a bit la-la if you're doing that and driving along. Then of course you've got the munching a sandwich, having a swig of your drink. Yeah, it's true. You know how many people, you got all the drive-thrus, the coffee drive-thrus, haven't you? Your Starbucks and your Costas and things like that. Well, that, drinking as you're trundling off to it, that's distraction from driving. You'll get done if you get seen for that one. Obviously, like I said, munching food, that's obvious. I mean, I've seen enough drivers go past with a bag of crisps stuck in the steering wheel as they're driving along. It's like, ooh, that's a two-handed job, that one. But distracted from driving now is going to encompass everything. So, for example, lots of people have gone out and got dash cams. You know, you've had them actually properly fitted either behind your mirror or on the actual dash itself. And you've done it for insurance purposes, what have you. Maybe even for YouTube. There's a lot of car drivers who do that. And Electric Leaf Man, for one, I have been watching him. Some of the stuff, though, is his fault. But you've got all your bits and bobs in, and a lot of them record sound. So you're trundling along, your dash cam's running just for your own insurance purpose, reasons, whatever. And you're trundling along, you're having a chat to your missus, have an accident. Now there's footage recording you, whilst driving, chatting. Is that distracted driving? So all of a sudden it's starting to get loopy now. It's like, obviously I don't do the stuff stuck to the windscreen and driving anymore, not even in my own car, because I just don't. After last year, I mean, I had permission to do what I was doing, I still got banned, and after all the catastrophes I had last year, I just want 2017 to be smooth. I don't care whether I'm successful in 2017, I just want it to be a smooth year, so I'm not risking anything anymore. And the thing is, you get your camera stuck to the windscreen, it's out the way, it's where it's supposed to be in the windscreen, it's not within the swept area, because you've got places you can put them that are not within the swept area. And you're driving along and you're chatting about whatever you chat about, and so on and so forth. Bung that on YouTube, somebody doesn't like you, reports you, that's distraction from driving, right there. It's coming to a head now where everyone's like, oh no, can't do anything anymore because you might have an accident. Oh no. And you just sit there and you think, oh really? I mean, it's like this thing that's gone on in with a lot of truck drivers from certain companies in London. They're forced to spend a day cycling around London so as they understand what it's like to ride a bike. I'm not trying to be funny here, but most adults I know can ride a bike, and they do ride a bike. We know we can ride our bike round our towns or whatever, you know, all that kind of stuff. We know what it's like when buses get too close and people are being stupid. But oh no, to improve road safety, we're going to make truck drivers ride a bike round London for a day. Why don't we make push bike riders drive a truck round London for a day? Oh, that's right, because they can't. They don't know how to. And yet it's us boys that, oh, well, you've got to learn what it's like. And what was it? There was the, that was pulled not so long ago. Again, I've been ill and haven't really had time to talk about this, but there was some adverts, safety adverts and stuff like that, you know, like the Think Bike and all those kind of things. There was another one, and it was a bike rider riding along, a truck goes past, indicates turns, you know, trundle and turns. And it all goes on about the push bike. Think about it, you know, you can see he's indicating, you know he's going to turn, everything like that. And every cycle group and thing went nuts. There had to be an apology, it had to be pulled. The works, well, that truck driver is clearly in wrong because he went past and then turned and... The entire point of that was to say to the cyclist, look, at the end of the day, yeah, you are going to encounter idiots like this. You can see he's indicating. You've got a damn good idea what he's about to do. So just stop. Just back off, let him do it. You know, and then you live. Or you can be a self-righteous pompous arse, carry on and go underneath him and then you die. And that's basically all they were trying to get across. But no, you can't call into question cyclists. No, mustn't call into question cyclists. So now we have to go and cycle, and we have to go and do this. And you sit there and you think, well, the amount of times I've been sitting on roads in London and a cyclist has gone da-da-da-da through a red light, not giving a crap. or you're going up to, you're in relatively slow moving traffic, you know, start stop East London, and you're going up to traffic islands, and you're wandering around and you're concentrating on the car, you're concentrating on the pedestrians, you're looking everywhere, every which way but up, you know what I mean? And you're looking there, and all of a sudden a cyclist, no lights, no high vis, no nothing, bounces down straight between you and the traffic island with millimetres to spare, and you think, what the bloody hell? Yeah, but no, it's our fault. It's our fault. If you drive it, it's your fault. You're the professional. You're the professional. He's got no lights, no high vis. He's dark. He's come off the pavement from an angle I'm not going to be able to see him from. How is that my fault? I mean, it's getting to the point now where it's just getting silly. It's literally like they are trying to create rules so that you can't drive anymore, so you have to go autonomous. That's what it's feeling like. They're clamping down on this and this and this and this and this. You know, they want you to have cameras in your cars for your insurance, but the camera can record sound. You could also get a camera that faces you, and you're thinking, well then, the insurance can see everything I do. Exactly, the insurance can see everything you do. And if you've done something that's wrong, even if you don't know that it's wrong, you know, a quick swig of coffee or something like that, your insurance can go, distracted driving. We don't cover you. And then you get done. It's getting silly now. It's really starting to get silly. And I don't know which way it's going to go anymore. I mean, I'm all for improving safety on the road. I'm all for, you know, getting education out there and getting people aware of things. But it comes to a point where the people who are the most vulnerable are not being given any form of training. And they're usually the ones who put themselves in the silly places because they don't realise it's a silly place. But anyway, there you go. I think I've droned on long enough again. I've done the best I can. I hope that's okay. Obviously, there was a bit of footage of my commute to work, just for a bit of giggle, just to put some road footage in. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about. I'd really prefer to go into more depth about certain things, but you can hear, you know, I'm trying. But anyway, like I said, thanks for watching. I shall see you in the next one, so don't forget to like, subscribe, share about, and all that kind of gubbins. I suppose I should sleep for about an hour, because it's not ready. Anyway, catch you later, guys.